How you guys are that? I was under the interview, but I left my mom's house and I forgot I was in the Wi-Fi. I was so I got to figure it out. I started it, but like I was like, the order did I just put it? I was like, relax, relax. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm back. Hi, how are you? I was I'm back, you guys. What is it? Come back to talk about red and red high. What's up, guys? Hi, my niece was doing great. They did great. You guys were so funny. So I was at my mom's house and I was knocked out of the couch. Like, it was ready the whole time. They did nothing. And then, no. I had a glass of wine. My husband think that knocked me out. Nah, guys. But yeah. You have a great Easter. I was they did their Easter egg thing, everything, bro. It was just like just everywhere. So it was mom had that big ass couch over there, and yeah, I was knocked out. You know what the C one is? All right, so you know we're gonna have to find this. What's up, guys? Family dysfunction. You want to talk about it? Before I ended my life, I was talking about I said that how I had cut one of my family members off, and usually like if I have like a problem with somebody, I and and it's you can have like an outsider. So things like that, like when we're supposed to be blunt or you got a problem or something like that, and we're just supposed to say there, then you need to come to this house. So like things like that, I'm like, nah, nah. So I'm honest enough to say that I have a lot of family dysfunction. I have so when I wasn't growing up, the person I was just like down with it and just wanted to fight and argue and all the other stuff, like the chaos. But once I started like really like developing who I am and like really being a big person or like when the family was arguing go back and forth, before I was down with it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is what it is. But that doesn't mean you guys have the same unity. It doesn't work out well. So me just learning how to be a bigger person and just to be the bigger person and just learn to kind of just like let things go. So I don't know if anybody else has like something you're going through or if you want to share some advice. Before, what's up, W? So I forgot that I was connected to my mom's Wi-Fi. So I left there without disconnecting, and then it messed up my whole entire live. So I know it's watching, so I was so so I just doing a continuation of the last video that I did, and so I was just telling you that I'm talking about family dysfunction and how I got through my family dysfunction and how other people can get through theirs. So hi W. Yeah, that's what happened. So now I'm back doing I wasn't gonna continue the video, but something told me to come back and just continue it. So and then I also know that like with me, with my family, once I started changing who I am, they started um adapting to me. Like for instance, like I want to say about a month ago, I had gotten into a disagreement with one of my family members because I didn't like how he was talking to uh I don't want to put anybody on the spot, so I'm trying to like be respectful. So I don't like the way he was talking to another one of my family members. And I told the family members that he was talking to like that. I was like, look, why is he talking to you like that? Like I don't I don't mess with that. So then my family member heard what I said and got on the phone and was like, what's the problem? London Core, hey, what's up? Hi. Happy Easter to you. I hope you're having a blessed day. So after that, he was like, he got on the phone, like, hey, what's up? Like, I heard, like, I heard that you got a problem. Like I'm going back down to what, like, I'm going back down. Like, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. So I was like, yeah, I got a problem. Like, the way you're talking to our family member, the family member that we love, I'm not messing with it. And I'm not gonna allow you to talk to her like that in front of me. So, what is that? You guys, say hi. Hi, London. London core, London core, London core. I don't know. So maybe just throw them out and get two new ones, two different colors. Okay. So yeah, so I told him, I'm like, I'll mess with that. Now, would I would have handled that situation the same way 10 years ago? No, he would have got cussed out. But because God has been, oh, thank you so much. That's my daughter. You see, she don't look nothing like me. Um, so 5 years ago I would have cussed them out. You know what I mean? I would have really like went ham on them. But because God has worked on me, I handled that situation with grace. And I was like, hey, yeah, I don't like the way you talk to her. If I'm around, please don't talk to her like that. So then he got with the program. He got with the program. He's like, all right, I respect it. And that's it. So I noticed when I start rising to it, the occasion and using my emotional intelligence, people get with the program. People get with the program. And then in my last live, I was saying that when you have family dysfunction, to I learned that you have to accept your family members for who they are. That's key. So you may have a family member that's two-faced, that talk about everybody, right? You may have a family member that's on drugs. You may have a family member that has a drinking problem. You may have a family member that has a gambling problem. You may have a family member that steals, right? But how do you deal with them? You deal with them by recognizing and learning who they are and dealing with them accordingly. Accordingly, not losing the love for them, still loving them, but knowing who they are and learning how to deal with them. Like I have a lot of cousins that are messy. They want to say something in front of me and act a certain way, and then um,
Dang guys, hold on. One of the babies are in here. All right, guys, I have to make sure my husband got the baby. He's feeding them. But what was I gonna tell you guys? I was telling you guys that oh yeah, learning how to deal with them. Like I have a lot of family members that are messy. So what I say messy is that they talk about me. A lot of my families talk mad shit about me, talk mad stuff about me. And then when they get in my face, they want to act like we best buddies. Like I don't know that they're talking about me. Now this is the thing. I got a lot of people that love me, and what's said about me, they tell me. So people may think I may not know. I know what's up. So even though those family members are still messy, I know how they are. You know what I mean? I know how they are. I see them. You know, hey, how you doing? Okay, yep. Nothing. Wishing you nothing but love and the best. I don't deal with them. I don't deal with them. Now, silence, holding your peace, and being silent speaks louder than arguing and going back and forth with somebody. Let me say that again for the people in the back of the chat. You feel me? Keeping your silence, and allowing people to be them, and just continue to be you and hold the peace. Sometimes that's the best thing to do when you're dealing with family. So, and I mean, a lot of people. I'm pretty sure a lot of people on here have a lot of family dysfunction. I've been through it all, and everything. So scum, what you mean what? What? How you gonna come in the middle of somebody's life and be like what? Like what? W, hi W. You said, but doesn't being silent get overwhelming sometimes? No. When you become at peace with something and you really learn how to like handle, like you get a hold of who you are in the inside, um, silence is a beautiful thing. And sometimes silence is the best thing. It doesn't get overwhelming for me because I've grown as a person. And I notice that no matter what, I can't change my family member. I can't change their ways. No matter what, I can't change. I can't change who they are. You got what I'm saying? So, what do you mean by when you say the silence get overwhelming? Because silence for me, that's me having power. When I stop talking and I just don't deal with nobody anymore, or I don't say nothing to anybody, I feel like that's me having power. That's me having power because I'm not going back and forth with you or anything, and I feel like silence speak louder than words. Sometimes it's better to hold the peace. Sometimes it's better, like what man. I have family members I argue with and throw hands with, throw hands, throw hands with, male or female, don't matter. Throw hands. Does that solve everything? No, it's fun. And it's good to get the frustration out, but that don't solve anything. Just being a bigger person. Because everybody got that family member that you want to just wah. Everybody got that family member. You wah wah wah. Not gonna solve nothing. Has anybody had any family members that like you know are any like relationship with family members that you're struggling with? If it's your mom, your dad, anybody like that? Oh, W. Okay, W, you said I feel you on that. And personally, I like to stay silent and hold the peace, but sometimes it get bottled up for me at least. Okay, so if you don't mind me kind of like talking about that. So do you always hold the peace? Now, I firmly believe in speaking how you feel. right? So when I feel a certain type of way, I've always been the type of person to tell the person how I'm feeling because I don't want to walk around with that in my heart or on my conscience. You know, if something bothers me, I have to say something about it because I need to get it off of my chest. That's the type of person that I am. And if my feelings are hurt or if I'm not understanding something, I will continue to think about it until I speak about it. I don't know if you're like that. So I'm talking about, for instance, if you know you're dealing with a person that no matter what, nothing's gonna change. It's not gonna change anything you say. It's not gonna change that person. It's a just a dead end. You know what I mean? It's just a dead end. Then that's what I'm saying. To just hold your peace. To just hold your peace. Like I told you, I have like family members that I just don't get along with. No matter what, we just don't get along with because our mindsets are too different. So there's no reason for me to talk to them or anything. I just keep my silent and don't fool with them like that. And they think I'm weird for not bringing it to their attention. At the end of the day, like in that type of situation, I can't change how you are. You know, I can't change your actions. I can't change anything. So I'm just gonna kill you with silence and just move on and don't deal with you. But that's just me. But don't bottle up like when you said that you hold it to where it get bottled up inside. No, you got to speak about it. And sometimes honestly, like just holding the peace all the time. No, you got to talk and bring it to that person's attention. And like for example, like my mom and I have a beautiful relationship right now, but it was not like that. After my dad passed away, our relationship was not like that. It was very rocky, it was very rough. Every conversation was an argument. It was very bad to where I was like, man, I'm never gonna have a relationship with my mom. To a point in time where we kind of like stopped talking to each other because we were just not on the same page. So, and I'll be honest, I had no respect. I had no respect, no respect. And you shouldn't be like that to a parent. But what I was going through, you know what I mean, and the way I feel like I was being treated, um, I wasn't tolerating it. So the respect wasn't there. So, and at the end of the day, God always talk about how you have to honor your parents and not disrespect them. So no matter how your parents are, or if you guys get in a disagreement, or no matter how you feel, you guys don't disrespect your parents because you disrespected my mom. I had nothing good went in my life, went good in my life at all. So respect your parents. And the reason how our relationship, my mom and I relationship got better, is because I started growing as a person. I started taking the time out, praying, working on myself, and I noticed that when certain things were said, I had like a different response. I responded different. Um, Before we used to argue all the time, you know what I mean? Because I hear one thing, I'm on it, gone. Just I don't want to hear nothing, you know. But now it's like as I grown as a person, I was able to hear differently. I had like a different mindset, you know. So when we talked and stuff like that, I was mentally more mature. So I was able to um, from talk to her as an adult and really work through our problems and just learning when to be quiet and get off the phone. Because before I didn't, we'll just go back and forth for hours, man. Go from the phone to the text messages for a long amount of time. So I just learned, okay, hold your peace. Say, okay, mom, I love you. We'll touch back later. That helped, you know. So and we went from having a rocky relationship to having a great relationship. But it took time. It took time. And me changing as a person, I believe that me changing and me treating my mom differently and coming at her with respect and talking to her differently, it showed her that I changed. And so she was able to get on board. And we're both able to work together and work through the hard times of our relationship. Now, where we're at, we could talk about anything. We talk about, you know, the times that we got into it or didn't agree, and we laugh about it. W, she said, what if that person doesn't like to acknowledge? A lot of people don't like to take accountability or acknowledge what it is they're doing. So you got to learn that. A lot of people don't. But listen, they may make you feel like, or they may act like they're not listening to you, but they are. They hear you. So even if you feel like they're not acknowledging you, or if you feel like that person is not doesn't really care, just still tell them how you feel. Trust me, they hear you. They hear you. And it's a family member you can't like cut off or ignore. With that, like, what do you mean? If it's a family member that you absolutely can't cut off, I would say that you just got to keep bringing it to their attention how you feel and what they're doing. Keep bringing it to their attention. Keep bringing it to their attention. No matter how tired you get, no matter how tired they're tired of hearing it, keep bringing it to their attention. Keep holding them accountable. And we have some family members that just never change and just want to play victim. Now that's annoying. That's annoying. I don't like playing victim. But where you get family members that always poor me, and never take accountability for all the messed up stuff they do and how they treat people, man. And W, please just know that it's always great to have a backbone. W, what if the person gets offended by your feelings? So, it get offended by your feelings. So, so that's how I was. Like I was like I didn't want to bring certain things to people's attention. Excuse me. Whew. I am so sorry, guys. I didn't want to bring things to people's attention because I didn't want to like confronting somebody or bringing something up to somebody's attention to somebody. It's very hard thing to do. To speak up on your feelings, to speak up about like how you're feeling, it's a very hard thing to do. It takes a lot of courage to do that. Um, and W, to answer your question, you said if they get offended, it doesn't matter. They get offended. But a person doesn't will not change or take accountability if they're not told. That's another thing. A lot of people allow people to go around here doing things and not correct them or not bring it to their attention. So the person thinks that their actions is okay because people are just not saying anything and dealing with it. No matter what, you have to bring it up to their attention. That's why a lot of my family members get tired of me and don't like me. My own family members don't like me because they do something, I'm going to tell them. And a lot of people don't like to be confronted or told about something that they're doing wrong. But no matter what, I love you. I'm going to tell you what it is. I want coffee, but I think it's too late. It's like 7:17 right now. What is Europe chopped, bro? What does that mean? Oh my gosh, my mom just sent me pictures of me sipping on the couch. Does anybody else like have anything they want to share about family dysfunction? Anybody else? Okay, guys. So I did come back, like I said. So I will be on live probably again tomorrow, probably tomorrow night, to get on here and chop it up with you guys. I love you guys. Bye.